Hey there, Dan from Budgeteers.com with another set of videos to help you make your Disney vacations better. This set of videos that I'm going to be starting are going to be restaurant reviews. Unlike a lot of the other tips that I give on Budgeteers, these are going to be a little bit more subjective. You may find some other places that disagree with me on my reviews of these restaurants, and that's fine. For restaurant reviews, I highly recommend going to a variety of sources to enable you to get the best picture of what you think might be a good restaurant to go to or a bad restaurant to go to. I'm starting off this series with Hollywood and Vine. Hollywood and Vine used to be a must-go every time we go. You have great food quality, you had excellent prices for that food quality. They used to have a lobster mac and cheese that was amazing, and other food items on the menu that were also up to that high quality as that lobster mac and cheese, which I'm kind of using as my baseline for this video comparison. And it was also great because for breakfast and lunch, you could go and you could see characters from Disney Junior. You have, for breakfast and lunch, you have the Disney Junior Play and Dine. They have people coming out singing songs from the TV shows, and you have the characters coming out. Currently, at the time that I'm making this video, it's Jake, Sophia, Doc McStuffins, and Handy Manny. They can change from time to time. So, what happened? Over the course of several trips, over several years, the food quality just basically got worse and worse. The food became more bland. That lobster mac and cheese went from lobster mac and cheese to lobster and shrimp mac and cheese to mostly flavorless shrimp mac and cheese with little bits of lobster to basically just shrimp, macaroni, and a pretty pathetic sauce that supposedly had some cheese in it. And the other food pretty much followed the same footsteps. It went from really good to middling to I could really live without it to what else you got. Even the breakfast quality dropped, and for offering a fairly set standard of Disney breakfast items that you would typically see on a standard Disney breakfast buffet, that's pretty hard to do. And the items that don't come standard with breakfast, like the corned beef and hash browns, or the corned beef hash, went from being very tasty to blech over the course of a few trips. And the service even got worse over the course of these few trips. It used to be that you would have attentive waiters who took care of your every need, to a waitstaff that I found really couldn't be bothered. I was even fussed at one time by one of the staff because I dared to put the cream cheese that they left out in a giant bowl. I put it on my bagel directly instead of on my plate. I know, I'm a terrible person. Now, my kids love Disney Junior, and they love the Play and Dine. They've asked to go to the Play and Dine whenever we go. And I got to the point where last time we basically said, we're just going to go to Disney Junior live on stage. So, my kids love the ability to see Doc, Jake, Sophia, Handy Manny while eating their meal. And if you do insist on going to Hollywood and Vine for your kids, or even for yourself, if you want to try it at least once, I would recommend breakfast over lunch. It's not as expensive, and even though the quality has gone down, it's still hard to totally mess up breakfast. You can get eggs, you can get an omelet, you can get bagels and cream cheese, you can get some other items, you can get some cereal, all while seeing those characters. But generally I would say that you should be prepared to be disappointed with your overall selection of food if you do decide to go, even for breakfast. And you might just be better off seeing the characters in the park over by Disney Junior Live on stage and finding food somewhere else. So I would highly recommend not going to Hollywood and Vine, at least until they improve the food offerings that they have there, to make it worth your while. I don't feel that you're getting more maps for your money by spending your money at Hollywood and Vine, I would recommend finding someplace else.